Hi, this is Trevor, and welcome back to our weekly tarot card video. And today is Friday, April the 10th, 2015, and once again I'm coming to you from my cozy little studio here at 161 Stafford Street in Winnipeg. And you can find information about how to book an appointment with me, as well as lots of information about my work, and also a handy listing in table of contents order of these videos as they get added on my website at trevorsense.com. So I encourage you to check that out. You can also find those videos here on this YouTube channel. And there is a link off my webpage to Facebook and lots of other things. So I have shuffled the cards and I have cut them already. And once again, I had a little technical glitch, so I had to start over. But our card of the week is the Ten of Swords. Now, tens are oftentimes about a kind of completion. And I like to make the association to the positions in the Celtic cross. You can kind of look at what the cards say and what those positions resonate with. And position 10 is the outcome card. It is kind of fruition or the culmination of the cards coming before it. So in each of those four suits, there is a kind of wrapping up. There is a sense of what we are seeing and realizing. And Ten of Swords, again, powerful illustration. And this is often why I say, I encourage you to be working with a deck that you're drawn to. Maybe the artist says something to you, but I encourage having a rider deck as a companion deck because it's so well illustrated. Over time, a lot of us like to have a couple of different decks where we look at the different artists' interpretation. And the wonderful thing is nowadays you can find those illustrations also online. Sometimes when you go to purchase a deck, they're wrapped in plastic and you don't even know if some of the minors are illustrated or not. So you can check things out on a great site I recommend called eclectictarot.com, and that's spelled AECLECTIC, eclectictarot.com. And they have reviews of different decks. Anyway, let's get back into the Ten of Swords. What a dramatic card. We see a figure laying on a beach, and their back is pierced by swords, 10 swords. And, you know, I often think, my goodness, one would have done the job. This is something that has been done and done and done to death. And swords have a lot to do with conflict, but they also have to do with our mental processing, how we analyze and work with the situation. So sometimes the very fact that we have had to go over something again and again gives us an indication. Interesting little note, you know, and again, this is where working with the Rider-Waite over time, there's always surprises. When we look closely at the figure's hand, it is in the same position that we see with the Hierophant of giving a blessing and a benediction. So that could mean that maybe this is something being laid to rest, that there is a blessing. There is, after all, dawn breaking in the background. But there's also this theory, and this is where some would point out that it looks like the figure's wrist is broken, that it is instead turned, and this is banishment in some interpretations. So it's like somebody who refuses to accept right to the bitter end what is kind of staring them in the face. So what does it mean? We have to look at that in terms of the interpretation with the other cards. We have to kind of go also with our own intuitive feeling. And that's the difference between reading the cards as a living language or simply memorizing them. So there's that aspect that ties into it. Personally, I often see the Ten of Swords as what I call the myth of closure. We oftentimes want closure in situations. We want answers. We want to have it figured out so we'll never have to go through it again. And we have to have compassion for that need. Certainly, people have a right, in a way, to want to see that sense of resolution. But do we get it? Not always. Instead, what we get is something in some ways far more powerful. It is resolution. It is the ability to say, much as this is hard to accept, I can take what I have learned from it and I can move forward. We form that sense of resolution rather than getting satisfaction that is found in closure. It's grown-up stuff. This is one of the tough cards. This is one of those necessary symbols in a symbolic language. Something that suggests put a period on it and move on. and learn from the experience. And we have the potential for new beginnings. So, powerful card. When it comes up in connection with other cards, it can indicate the end of a situation. Sometimes, again, though, that's very necessary. So, hopefully, for everyone, we're experiencing the start of a new season. Hopefully, it's the end of winter. Here in Winnipeg, you can't put your parka away until after Victoria Day. So, hope everyone's enjoying the sunshine, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week for your card of the week. Take care, and bye for now.